Today I'm having, let's see, let me show you. This is soup. So I got one prawn soup, and then I got my sausage, my Chinese sausage. Um, my dad made a quick soup, so it's gonna be good. Yep, yep. Very basic, very simple. I mean, sometimes you don't have to overly do it. You know what I mean? Like some soup don't need to be creamy, so this is not a creamy soup. I got my Chinese sausage. Uh, Very tasty, guys. Very tasty. That's what you call real food, right? When you go and get the fast food, there's substance to it, but it doesn't have that home cooking substance to it. You know what I mean? Like my parents, when you ask them if they want fast food, they're like, right? 'Cause this is what they grew up on, right? Because to them, they always cook their own, you know what I mean? Their own food. Everything always fresh, right? If they were in a village, I'm pretty sure they either had the fish, even hunting for their food. You know what I mean? Like trust me, dude. We're not that far advanced in civilization to where like people can't remember where they came from. You know what I mean? We're probably only like a couple generations away from being hunter and gatherers. At the rate we're going to, since everything moving so fast, we might be only like one generation away from going back to hunter and gatherers. You know what I mean? Look at the state of like the way people are like getting along. They're not even getting along. You have to literally have to pick sides right now. Cause this is Chinese sausage, right? When you go to the like Walmart, you'll see it in the Asian section. Chinese sausage, right? This thing is greasy. Do you put it in your air fryer? I want to put two, right? The bottom air fryer like this much, this thickness of oil all around, and that's just from two. But it's good, very savory, so much flavor. So basically, I had a soup, like a broccoli prawn soup. I mean, like I said, it was very basic. Pretty sure my dad just put like garlic, not even like soup base or anything like that. You know what I mean? No chicken broth, no nothing. And maybe he put some um bouillon, but like it's clear. You know what I mean? It's not creamy. There's no heavy cream. There's no tomato paste. Nothing. You know what I mean? Like you can literally do potatoes and broccoli, right? And a little bit of chicken broth. That's all you really need. And maybe some herbs here and there. Season the taste. I think this will be salty anyways, right? The sausage. So I'm gonna have it with the soup. With the season to taste. But yeah, sometimes you need soup in your life, man. Like you can't do like all day long and you're just having like fast food, right? I mean, like, I think people when they go on like this diet where they eat out all the time, it's like think about it this way, right? When you do home cooking, there's there's less of a guideline to how complicated or processed something is, right? When you go to restaurants and stuff, right? That's where they gotta preserve their food, so they have to figure out all the processing that goes into that, and then even when something that's supposed to be like steak, let's say steak, eggs, and maybe like your like shrimp and steak or lobster steak or whatever, right? Even that, you know what I mean? Like um, just the process of cooking it. You know what I mean? They have to meet certain guidelines for it to be like A1. But then you lose all the basics for nutritional health because the ingredients and the sauce is too heavily concentrated on the processing. You know what I mean? Part of it. They might have a secret sauce that has to be processed like you know what I mean? Like certain aspect of it needs to be processed ahead of time or whatever. Yeah, so I mean it's much more healthier, but I mean it could be tastier to eat out. But I mean if you eat out all the time, that that flavor that kicks into your taste buds don't really like understand when you come back and like kind of dumb down the complexity of food uh, when it comes to be like restaurant food or whatever, right? When sometimes all you need is like maybe soup, salt, some season, you know what I mean? Like not nothing crazy, you know what I mean? Like and you feel good later on. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had the habit again today. I just had it like last night or 2 nights ago. You know what I mean? It was good. I came home with this stuff for dinner. Anyways, have a good day, guys. Peace.